In this lesson, we're going to talk about lists. A list is a generic vector containing other objects. It's a super flexible data structure that allows objects of different data types to be together in the same container. We create lists using the list command. So first, let's create a couple of initial vectors. So I'm going to create a vector n, which is just a vector of numbers. Bool, which is just a bunch of trues and falses. I'm going to create a list of letters, L. And you can see in the Environment tab, I've got my bool vector, which is a logical vector, my L vector, consisting of letters as characters, and N, consisting of integers as numbers. I'm going to create a list X, and X can hold different data types. The data types I'm going to hold are going to be the three vectors I just created, so N, bool, and L. I'm also going to put in the number 5 and maybe the word 5. So you can see in my Environment tab, X is a list containing 5 objects. If I type X into the console, you'll see that I've got 5 different lines here. One of them is my list N, one of them is my vector bool, one of them is my vector of letters, one is the number 5, and one is the word 5. Now I can access different items in this list by using the same square brackets that I was using before. So for example, if I said X square bracket 3, I get the third item on my list, the vector of letters. We call this a slice. If you want to access more than one slice, you can do that the same way that we did it with vectors. So we can have a reference vector inside the square brackets. So X square bracket C, maybe I want to see the first and the fourth items. So that gives me my first item on the list. That's my vector N. And the fourth item on the list, the number 5. To access a member of a list, we need to use double square brackets. So as where X square bracket 3 will give us a slice, X square bracket 3 will give us the same list, but it'll allow us to change items on the list without changing the list directly or without changing L. So how do we do this? Let's say that we want to change the first item on this list to 10. We can go X square bracket 3, and then we access the first member on this sublist, and we change it to 10. So if we call up X again, you can see the third item on the list is 10, B, and C. You might ask, does this change our L? It doesn't. Our L is still the vector A, B, and C. So I've changed a member of L that was on my list without changing L itself. Now, why do we have to use square brackets to do this? Well, if I went X square bracket 3, square bracket 1, and try to change that to, let's say we want to change that to 20 this time, what happens is I change all of list member number 3 to 20. Okay, so I no longer have L as the third member of my list. Now the number 20 is the third member of the list. So double square brackets will allow you to change an entry in one of the vectors in your list without changing the list itself. We can also name parts of a list. I'll clear my console for a sec. Let's create a vector V. We'll make it a list, and it'll be prices and products. My products are going to be fries, drink, nuggets, and burgers. So now I've got my vector V, which consists of some prices, $1, $1.50, $2, $5, and some products, fries, drinks, nuggets, and burgers. If we want to take a look at the products, we can go V $ products, and that'll bring up our 4 products. Or we can reference the products using the square brackets like so. So as you can see, lists take some getting used to, but they're a very nice way to deal with groups of data that are in different data types.